All right, what is good? Twitch, how we doing? What's good, YouTube? Hope we're doing well. Why is all right? There's the live. Get the chat up. On there we go. For crow, you like recipes? Find one for crow. You'll be eating more than you think. Okay. I think he's going to capitulate on China. He's going to bend over for China. They're meeting this weekend. So, very curious. This is just a start. He doesn't even have a UK deal signed and done. They just were putting out their information about what could potentially be in this deal. And you had all three major automakers freak out over that deal, saying how bad it would be for American workers. So, yeah, even the one deal, and UK's not even that like major because we already have a trade surplus. They are one of the very few countries that America has a trade surplus with. Okay, so, and how about Lutnick saying, we started at 10%, we got all the way back down to 10%. I mean, unironically saying that. Unironically saying that. Just utter incompetence. Kristi Noem, incompetent. Pete Hegseth, incompetent. Cash Patel News, incompetent. And okay, decline. China products are piling up. Factories are closing. Yeah, they have what, 20 million workers or something? Is it some crazy number that's just devoted to U.S. product? So yeah, they are facing the negative consequences because no one wins in a trade war. No one wins in a trade war. That's no one wins. So China's not winning, and we're not winning. It is mutually beneficial for them to make a deal, but you're not going to see China look like they capitulate on this and capitulate to America. And the way that Trump is gloating and the way he's talking about other world leaders is disrespectful. And that goes beyond economic. Okay? You have China, who's been here for 5,000 years, and you have America, who's been here for almost 250 years. Okay? And you have the leader of that country then saying how humiliating these other countries are, and when they come to the trade deal, right? And he just humiliates these people that he's talking with. And that's why you're not seeing deals, because how can that country in good faith then go back to their country people and say, this is how he's going to talk about your leader? How do you have respect in that? If you were to go back to your people and say, yep, I'm going to allow him to talk about me like that. And you've seen Trump look weak in front of France's president and in front of the Canadian Prime Minister. To his face, he just backs away. Every time. He talks all harsh when they're not in the room, but when they're in the room, they make him look weak. Zelensky makes him look how childish he is and how weak and lacking of emotional intelligence that he has. He is made weak on a national scale. And that's why you see a post the way he posted yesterday. That is completely unhinged behavior. He is backed in a corner right now. He is getting less and less support in Congress because this is about to blow up in his face. And he is getting desperate on this one issue that he's actually winning at. I don't know how, but the immigration. But still, some people are saying he's taking it too far. But he's holding that 40%. He doesn't care. because Mike Johnson isn't going to do shit. Mike Johnson will sit on his fucking hands. I shouldn't swear. This is why I haven't been going live too, by the way, especially on TikTok. I'm probably going to be going live more on Twitch because they aren't as strict as TikTok is. TikTok's definitely changed. And someone brought up a good point too. Just a different angle of the TikTok situation in not implementing the ban. Now, Congress, in a bipartisan bill, passed the ban of TikTok and wanted to force the sale of it. So Trump withholding this ban is actually not constitutional. He doesn't have the actual right to hold it up the way that he's holding it up. He doesn't have that right because Congress passed this and he's not implementing it. As much as it may benefit right now, that is still a fact. Whether it benefits people or not, if that happens, like Congress passes something, and I'm just saying that as a precursor to what if Congress actually does start passing bills. They've only passed 5 bills in his first 100 days. 5 bills. 5 bills. They are not doing anything of substance. Executive orders, most of that is just noise. And even the ones that he can implement can be easily reversed. They've passed 5 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bills. Okay, just in comparison, his first term, they passed 24 in his first 100 days. So even by his own standard, he's about a fifth of what he got completed in his first 100 days of his first term. They are not doing a thing, and they have all 3 branches of government. So their incompetence, yes, can hurt us as a country. We're going to see that with one Kash Patel. Very concerning news coming out of the FBI. Alarm bells going off. Alarm bells. The guy's not showing up to fucking meetings. And when he does show up, he shows up late. And did you see him at that hearing? Messing with the pen and messing with that blank piece of paper? Did you see that behavior? Did you see that fucking behavior? That is the FBI director. What the actual fuck? That is our FBI director. Okay. And you're announcing Judge Jeanine Pirro? Hold on. That's a video I have not done yet, but I want to. There's just so much that happened in the last 24 to 48 hours in America. It is fucking wild. It is fucking wild how much has happened on Thursday and Friday. Whoa. It's a lot to process. You have to take a step back sometimes, but wow. Hey, thank you for the gift. What's good? How you doing? Appreciate that. I am not crashing, but a lot's happened. And you also had judges come out and say the way that he's doing these mass deportations, that American citizens are inevitably going to be wrapped up in this. We're already seeing that, and it's going to get worse. You have them openly talking about suspending habeas corpus in America on their way to martial law. Yet another element of Project 2025 being implemented. And that's the problem with a lot of MAGA. They don't like to read. MAGA doesn't like to read. They don't even like to read when they would enjoy the reading. They would probably enjoy reading Project 2025. But they didn't even take the time to do that. They don't know what they voted for. Yes, you have some people calling out now, oh, I can't believe he's doing XYZ. I can't believe he's coming after me and my job. And he's saying that it wouldn't be a problem for the ports to be empty. He's saying it's not a problem. He's telling you you're paying $1.98 in gas when you're averaging $3.60. We are at a full separation of reality at this point. You have people paying $3.60 for gas and echoing him saying the average is $1.98. You have people saying that they're paying $1.98 as they're paying $3.60. We are at a full separation. This is what a cult does. They separate from reality. And there's no reaching. There's no reaching until they come to that realization themselves. They have to come to that. No amount of videos that I could do or whatever you put out there, it will never reach them, because part of this cult is never agreeing with the other side, no matter what. Even if it would help your own life, even if FEMA saves your life, could save your life, if the other side's saying it, you don't care if it would benefit you. You don't care. That is why it is a unaliving cult. They are I can't say it on the TikTok live, but a blank cult. They proved that in 2021. They proved that on January 6th. They proved that when they defy constitutional rights to all persons on American soil. As long as it doesn't hurt them, they don't care. As long as it's hurting to them. The crazy separation too is they don't see Democrats as Americans. I think that is very clear now. They do not see Democrats as Americans, and I say that because we are seeing Americans get wrapped up in this. But if they don't see them as Americans, oh, they're Democrats. Oh, they're Democrat. They're okay with that. Oh, he wants to expel Democrats from Congress. They don't see them as Americans. They don't see that it doesn't matter what party association they are. They are American. They are persons. And beyond that, they are persons. Persons. All persons are protected by the Constitution. Persons. Persons are protected. It doesn't say citizens, all persons. What country would we be if it only applied to citizens? We wouldn't be the country that we are if it only applied to citizens. How do you know? How do you know you are a citizen if you can't prove it? If you don't get your due process and you have them cheering this on. Oh, because it's happening to them outside the cult. As long as you stay loyal to the one person, and that is all this cabinet is right now, are loyalists. They are not the best person fitted for the job. They are not the best person. They are who would take the job. No one wanted to be his attorney general. No one wanted to be his attorney general, Pam Bondi. I've been on this story for a while. No one wanted that job. No one fucking wanted it. You think Todd Blanche, if Todd Blanche actually wanted that, he would be the attorney general. No, he took the deputy because he's not willing to lose. He's not willing to lose his law license and be able to be in a courtroom, be disbarred, which is what is going to come for Pam Bondi. I know some people are calling for her arrest. That's a far shot for me. But disbarred, I can definitely see happening. Definitely see. These judges want answers. She is going to have to put her word on the line. In multiple of these 200 cases, she is going to be on the line for many of those. For many of those. The pressure is mounting on her. And we will see where that leads. Kash Patel? You can't tell me the pressure's not getting to him. What? What? Yo, you put someone with that kind of mindset in a high pressure situation, it causes them to go further into their use, Pete Hegseth. Okay, when you add that, that's why you have to do tests like that. They're not mentally strong to handle the pressure of it. They crack under pressure and then they go on their crutch, whatever their crutch may be. For Pete Hegseth, it's the bottle. For Kash Patel, it's the line. And you can't tell me he's not using more now than he was in his confirmation. The moving of the constant neurotic moving of the pen and the paper, the bugged eyes all over the place. Dude is over his fucking head. Dude is like whatever he had at the confirmation, he's lost. Completely lost at this point. Oh man, we got a delivery. He's completely lost at this point. And I say this because it raises the risk for opening us up. I think right now we are weaker than we've been in a very, very long fucking time. If ever. This may be the weakest we've been. We have completely neglected cybersecurity here. Completely neglected it. Like defunding it, like firing people, firing the entire cybersecurity squad, like all of these agents, opening us up. Russia and China are loving that. North Korea is loving that. If you're in the crypto space, good fucking luck to you, because there is no help coming for you. None. You think you are going to be able to report you getting scammed? Absolutely fucking not. Nope. They are in on the scam now. Making billions pumping his fucking meme coin. He's doing it in front of your face and laughing. Saying, how much did I make? Oh, that's nothing compared to the guys in this room. He actually said, the president of the United States actually said that. This week, he said that on camera. It's nothing compared to the guys in this room. Like, what? And there's other reports that he made over 400 million trading. Hey, lightning bolt, Bear One, thank you so much. Sending 25 lightning bolts. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking the live, getting us up to 5,000 likes. Thank you so much. Appreciate you liking the live. What is good, peeps? How we doing? Mega can't read. Trump can't read either. Yeah, he really can't read. Republicans don't see Dems as Americans. Dems don't see Republicans as human. Yeah, I could go with that. There is definitely a huge divide, but you lose your humanness when you lose your empathy. You have to realize that. You lose your humanity when you lose your empathy. And you have one of the leaders of this group now, Elon Musk, saying empathy is a weakness. You have all of this bro culture, this manosphere that they're calling it, this view of alpha and beta, okay? And trying to compare their lives to that of a wolf. They're a lone wolf, right? Okay. A wolf pack is a family. The alpha is simply just the father of that pack. And if they have to join with others, they do it as a team. If they have to join with other packs for a hunt, they do it as a team. It is cooperation. It is cooperating with those in your pack. It is not this lone wolf. If you're a lone wolf out in the wilderness, you are not surviving. This is known. This is what they do to the weak. They are by themselves at the end. They have to separate. They are bringing the pack down. So if you are a lone wolf, you are not surviving in the wilderness. That is not an alpha mentality. There is no self-made. There is no we have to get rid of that view, that perspective of self-made. Did you buy your own product? Did you buy your own creation? You created it and bought it at the same time? No. There's always cooperation with others. There is no such thing as being completely self-made. It takes a village. It takes a city. It takes a country. And when you start separating yourself and refusing yourself to have empathy for other persons, for other human beings in this country, you lose your humanity. So yes, Dems don't see Republicans as humans because they have no empathy. They are lacking empathy. They are emulating a sociopath. He is a sociopath. He has all of the characteristics, and there's another version of The Dangerous Case of Donald Trump that's out that I want to read. I have the original from his first term, where 27 psychologists and psychiatrists spoke out about the malignant normalization of this human being and people emulating them, the youth emulating him. And that's worse now than ever. Now that he's won, now he's validated. Now all of the Andrew Tates of the world are validated in their support. Logan Pauls of the fucking world, right? And it just because he won the election, it doesn't make him right on everything. And that's why he's making that merch. Oh, Trump was right about everything. No, just because there's no correlation there. You're not morally right. You're not right by the Constitution, and that's why you're getting struck down, and that's why he's attacking judges the way that he's attacking judges. Tessa, thank you so much for the heart pops. Thank you so much, getting us closer to our goal. Thank you so much. 50% of the live goal completed. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for sending that. Empathy is his weakness. Yes, yes. And you're seeing that in some of this polling. People that even are for the mass deportations are saying that he's taking it too far and that he's not acting constitutionally. Because he's not giving due process. You're seeing it in polling of them mishandling the Garcia case. People are not with it. People are not with that. As Americans across the board want to see due process. Because if one of us on this land does not get due process, none of us have due process. And that comes with empathy. Put yourself in those shoes. He's accusing him. He's seeing clip art on Knuckles and saying that's real. That is concerning. Okay. Whatever side he could be on this, right? It's one of two, okay? He knows that he's lying about it, and he's purposefully misleading it, or he's being told this, and Dementia Don is taken over, and he truly doesn't know that it's not real, what he's being seen. They showed him that clip art. Someone created that clip art. He saw it. Now, is someone telling him that that is real? Or are they explaining it to him? Because he's 78 years old, and if he sees that image, he may actually think that those are on his knuckles when they're clearly not. And anybody in their right mind. But he's out here bragging that he is passing the cognitive test. All that is like identifying an elephant, being able to tell the time on an analog clock. It's knowing what day it is. Okay? These are basic fucking questions. No one in their right mind would ever brag about passing one of those. Even so, it's concerning if you even have to take one of those. In and of itself, the fact that you are taking a cognitive test like that is concerning. I don't care what you score on it. If you are even taking that test, I've not even asked my grandmother to take that test, okay? She's 81. I love you, Grandma. But I haven't even asked her to take that test. I talk to her all the time. If it comes to that, I'm concerned if I have to give her that test. I would be concerned if I have to give my grandmother that test. So the fact that the president of the United States is not only taking that test, he's bragging about his results. That is fucking insane. Hey, Miss Green, how you doing? Appreciate you. I remember when Hunter's laptop was Russian disinformation too, media lies, poor guys watching the mainstream media. Oh, this come from Texas guy. Poor guy is watching the mainstream media. Please tell me what mainstream media is, because I believe conservatives have 4 of the 5 top shows most watched. Fox News is the most watched. So if you have 4 of the 5 top shows, what do you mean by mainstream media? If 4 of the top 5, okay, 1, 2, okay, I know MAGA is very illiterate, so we have to go slow. So 4 out of 5, okay? We got to give them visuals, audio. We got to really, this is critical thinking, okay? Okay. There's ratings, right? There's ratings on shows, all right? Conservative media has 4. 1, okay, count with me. 1, 2, 3. I know this is a tough one to go from 3 to 4. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Are you with me so far? Okay. So out of the 5 top shows, they have 1, 2, 3. Now remember, it's a big one from 3 to 4. Okay. And now here's a real tough one. So to go from 4 to 5. So conservative media has 4 of the top 5 most watched shows. So when you say, and this goes for podcasts too, I think it's 4 of the top 5. I know Midas Touch has moved above Joe Rogan. But I still think out of the top 10, it's like 9 or 8 are all conservative. Okay? So when you say mainstream media, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because the numbers say that conservatives are the most watched. That's only 5 of how many? Will be very condescending to you because you guys don't know that 1 + 1 = 2. Okay? MAGA doesn't know 1 + 1 = 2. All right? Okay. You guys will just make it up. You guys will say 1 + 1 = 88 or 87, and you'll change it every day. Every day for MAGA, 1 + 1 = something different. So you do have to really simplify it down for MAGA. They have a 3rd grade reading level on average. That is on average. 3rd grade reading level. It is the lowest of any voting base in American history, but it's not their fault. This is by design. This is decades and decades of them attacking education. And this continues with Project 2025, which they were duped into voting for. Because they don't realize that because they have a 3rd grade reading level, they are easier to control and to manipulate. Who do you think is easier to manipulate? Someone with a 3rd grade reading level or someone with a college degree? Why do you think they make it more expensive and harder to obtain a college degree? They get you to hate it, actually. Oh, the hate on intellectuals, the hate on reading is real among MAGA. Again, another sign of being in a cult. They have their own, and it feels good to like make up your own facts, right? They love making up their own facts because then they finally know something that others don't, and it makes them feel good. They know something others don't. We've got this information. They have this like little smugness because again, to them, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. They get to make it up every day what it equals. 1 plus 1 could equal 37 today. Ooh, that feels fucking good. Eat it, liberals. 1 plus 1 equals 37. Ha 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 ha. We just get to say that gas is averaging 198. Eat it, liberals. As they pay $3.60, they're out there openly saying that gas is 198 because they get to say, eat it, Democrats. It makes them feel fucking good. They know something that others don't. They get to just make it up, right? And it makes them part of the in group. And the more they get to say it, oh, eat it, liberals, 198, as they get to go home and pay $3.60. This separation from reality is very, very real. The separation from others, this otherizing of literal Democrats, them not being seen as Americans, undocumented migrants not being seen as human beings, the lack of empathy that they have. They don't care because they're undocumented migrants. To them, they are labeled as illegal aliens. The complete alienation, the dehumanization from undocumented migrants, not seeing them as human beings while worshiping Jesus, an immigrant without papers. The separation, and I just want to note on my video that I created about the Pope, that was in no way, shape, or form advocating for organized religion at all. You will not see me advocate for organized religion. That was simply to show this furtherization that MAGA has from traditional Christianity that they say they are, but they are something completely different. That was all that video was. Monroe, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Provide your source, or you're just making things up. Provide your source. See, MAGA loves to also pretend that the source of information would actually change their mind. It won't, but they love to pretend that, oh, I can actually change my fucking perspective based on new information. This has not ever been the case. This is why I say every day is different for you. 1 plus 1 equals whatever the fuck you want to say it is. That you guys prove it every day of making up things. You know, where did the story go about immigrants eating the pets, eating the dogs? Where did the fuck did that go? Where'd that story lead to? You just make shit up. Oh, he was an MS-13 gang member. Really? Prove it in court. Why can't you prove it in court and give the man due process? So, bro is paid any of the DNC? You actually think I'm being paid by the DNC? No, not at all. And I've had smoke for the Democratic leadership as well. And I've had traditional Democrats attacking me this past week for the videos that I put out. The Democratic leadership trying to fucking scapegoat their blame for the 2024 election pisses me the fuck off. And people falling in line with that fucking messaging is fucking wrong. Stop trying to scapegoat on one of the issues and try to blame pro-Palestinian voters for 2024. That is utterly irreprehensible and just wrong in so many fucking ways. First and foremost, losing an election is the responsibility of the candidate. Always, always, always. The buck stops with them. Always. That is true of Republicans. That's true of Democrats. It is always on the candidate. You have to earn everyone's vote. Votes are not simply given. They are not given. You are asking people to go out of their way for you. She lost to the couch. She couldn't get people to go out of their way for her. the way they did for Obama. And if you're going to say Trump 2028, it's Obama 2028, and he wins in a fucking landslide. Trump doesn't even get on the debate stage. Maybe he will, but he'll be wiped off the floor. So, colorful. Saw the videos post on social media. Miss Green, trust me, bro. Facts. You guys love trust me, bro. I love asking MAGA for a source. I love for 10 years have been asking that question. And the most you get is Google it. Someone did say some random ass name like John Smith or something. I'm like, what the fuck is that source? Is that similar to John Doe? And they never even responded to it. They gave the most generic fucking name, and honestly have not even heard of it as a news source in conservative media. Have no idea what they were talking about or who they were talking about. But MAGA never provides their source for anything. Cheers to all the coffee drinkers out there. Happy Saturday. How long have we been going? Been going for 36 minutes. I'm gonna go for a solid hour. Then I need to go to the library and print some things off. We'll probably be live again tonight. So if you want to come hang out tonight, I know I haven't been live in a couple weeks, been busy here, but wanted to hang out and got some time this Saturday. Carol, send in the rose. Thank you so much. Cheers. 5 out of 7,900 news outlets. I am just talking about the top 5. Conservatives go all the way down the list too. What are you talking about? This is a big reason why Trump won in 2024, because of these mainstream media outlets, and Dems left wing can't compete with it. And see, I have a problem because I've been saying for years that American democracy dies in a two-party system. My biggest grievance is with Citizens United. And the average American doesn't stand a chance as long as Citizens United is the law of the land. I know the Supreme Court upheld it in 2010, but we need a Congress and a Senate and a president willing to appeal Citizens United and repeal it. Repeal Citizens United. But the problem is, both are raking in fucking billions of dollars. And this has been another aspect of what the oligarchy could save money on. They don't have to spend on an election every 4 years. That saves them a lot of money and a lot of headache for the oligarchs. Oh, they can just get their guy in there for life, and we don't have to do another pesky election and actually get someone in here that will change this up. Oh, can't have that. The source is Trump's website. Yeah, their source is whatever the messaging they're told. I saw a video too, and it's like something I've been saying. You argue with one Trump supporter, you have argued with 99% of them. They all say the same thing. They have the same tactic of argument. If you want to ever wonder why I don't debate with them, go listen to those debate streams, okay? They all take the same stance. They all argue the same fucking way. All of them. I tune in and I'm like, you've heard this before. Okay, this is great content for the creator and they can really, get them. Oh man, we slammed that guy. Like Parker in front of Charlie Kirk looked desperate for clicks. That's all that looked And Charlie Kirk called him out on it because that's the vibe that Parker gave. I mean, oh yeah, you debated him. What the fuck do you think that is doing in this moment? It's not doing a damn thing. You're not going to get voters that way, to flip that way. It's just not happening in this moment in time. You have to go after the people who sat out and took democracy for granted. They need to be further educated on the impact that a single vote, every vote, every election matters. It's not, oh, they said it last time. Yes, they said it last time, and they need to say it every single time. You need to have resilience. And Americans took democracy for granted in 2024, and 2026 may be the last chance. It's not hyperbole to think that with the way it's been going and these first 120 days of this constitutional crisis. We have 60 more days of this 180-day plan. We've already seen a judge. We've seen a judge arrested. We've seen a mayor arrested. He's talking about expelling people from Congress. Oh, that's where we're at. We're here. Hey, sending the snaps. Thank you, Blue Cindy. Appreciate that. Miss Green, thank you for liking the live, getting us up to 7,000 likes. Thank you so much. Snaps. Finger heart. All right. And been going back and looking at these pillars of Project 2025. I've had the document and I've gone through it and just kind of putting Word documents together, breaking it down, and it takes on new life. The Project 2025 document is this like living thing now because we're having to live through this of they implemented this plan. This is what he's using. This is why he is on track. These are the people that are writing all of those executive orders for him. The Stephen Millers of the world. Mr. Suspend Habeas Corpus over here. Mr. Martial Law. And putting us on the course to that. Yeah. Military parade. Like, what the actual fuck are we doing? Multi-million-dollar fucking parade. Like really we're doing a parade. Just authoritarian. Russia just had a military parade. This is what we're on now. This is what we're on. We've got India and Pakistan exchanging fire. This is what we're on right now. Hey, thank you so much. Who was that? Sending the heart, Miss Green. Appreciate that. Appreciate you liking the live. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is been talking about the India-Pakistan conflict for a long time. Noam Chomsky did he added it in one of his papers, talking about that being the first water war that we see, and that concept always just kind of blew me away when I read it in college, and been sticking with it. So to see them now, it's been like 12 years later of this happening. Very concerning. And it's been interesting watching the different countries line up in their support. Who's supporting Pakistan and who's supporting India. Very interesting. Very interesting of the world powers lining up here. Of what lines are being drawn in real time. I think very complex. Very complex. In some ways you have China and Russia on the other side here. It's very interesting. North Korea getting in on the action. Very interesting. The non-MAGA Republicans need to be louder right now. That's something I've talked about before. Of however harsh they are to Democrats is one thing, but the way that they are harsh of their own, of people who step out of line, for them, they get harassed in person. Their houses, people start showing up. Their lives get very much disrupted, and that doesn't get talked about enough because it doesn't really benefit the cult. So, and it doesn't help the conservative movement. So Fox News isn't going to cover too much of that. But it's a very real thing. They go after their own very aggressively. They are very aggressive with their own. So for them, it's easier to just be quiet. And I mean, look how they come after just even a simple statement like Susan Collins coming out against the tariffs, you know, and like voting the way that they are ruthless to anyone who steps out of line. So they really need to get a spine if they're going to stand out. Yeah, and they still they should side with Democrats, but then it's a tough position. It's very toxic. It's a hostile takeover, and they got their guy, MAGA Mike Johnson. Now, I would like to see going to that point of non-MAGA Republicans. I think they changed the rule that it can't be just one person anymore to call for a speaker vote. It has to be 9? It has to be like a group, right? It has to be like 9 of them. Maybe someone knows. I don't know off the top of my head, but in this one of these last changes, they did change that so that they can't have a Matt Gaetz come out and just call for a speaker vote and put the party in jeopardy like that. So I do think it takes a certain number now to cause that to happen. So could there be a strong enough coalition? Again, what could really, really derail them is a speaker vote. And ousting of Mike Johnson and putting the House in further chaos, as these different congressmen are going to have to do something for their constituents. If they have a bunch of constituents that lose their jobs, all these truckers for Trump, they're about to find the fuck out. They're about to find the fuck out. They're going to be on the first ones on the chopping block. Boom. You're not working until we get this going. And I would say even an 85% tariff, as he suggested, isn't going to change much. Isn't going to change much. Okay, maybe some of them keep their jobs, but prices are going to go psh. So again, affecting constituents, people who are up for election in 2026, Congress, best of luck. Best of luck. Because old Trumpy isn't on the ticket. Old Trumpy isn't on the ticket. And Republicans without Trump are a fucking mess. They lose terribly. They lose in the general election terribly. They know it too. So that's the other thing keeping them loyal to this one man, because of the way he can pull votes. The way he can pull votes. And that makes him very, who you're going to have. Look how bad. I mean, historic Historic run, JD Vance. Fucking bravo. Fucking bravo. Andy sending hearts. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. 8,000 likes. Thank you so much. And we hit our goal. Thank you so much, Andy. Appreciate that, friend. Happy Saturday. You know, Constitutional Crisis, day 120. Project 2025 Transition Playbook is what we're covering today. Yesterday was very shocking. Very shocking indeed. A lot happened in 24 hours. Is a lot to process, and it's like I'm still processing all of it together. It's hard to take things in a vacuum, and it's just hard to focus on everything. There's so much fucking happening and so many different angles. It's trying to stick to something that you really, really care about, but man, it's a lot. It's a lot. But we're getting through it together. We're stronger together. Ultimately, there's more of us than there are of them. But to have 90 million people sit out that could have voted, 90 million people sit out. We got to get them registered. We got to get them out and voting. Make it a fucking national holiday. No one should be working on election day. Congress, let's get to it. National holiday. Every election, national holiday. I don't care if it's just starting every 4 years. I'll take it. But election day should be paid. You should be able to put that on your taxes. We need tax incentive. I voted, check. Here, bam, $1,000 bonus for voting. Just across the board. Doesn't matter. Did you vote? Boom. $1,000. If you want to give some incentive. The SAVE Act is making me nervous. Yeah. They're trying to actively suppress the vote, for sure. And close voting booths. To Andy's point, no lines longer than 10 minutes. They want, how about the laws in Georgia where you can't even give water? You can't even give water to people in line. People who are waiting hours to exercise their right to vote. And you can't even give them water. It's against the law to give them anything while they're in line. They want to make it miserable. They want to deter people from voting. Again, national holiday. I'm going to keep calling for that till it happens. We can do all these other fucking holidays. We can't do a holiday for voting. Bullshit. I say bullshit. If you want to know my party affiliation is upholding the Constitution and trying to do that to the best of our ability. And yeah, and we have to work within this fucking duopoly, this two-party system, which is bullshit. That's not happening in other countries. That's not happening in Canada. That's not happening in Germany. That's not happening in France. That's not happening. They have 4 or 5 different parties that have legitimate chances of winning. We need that here. That's what I would love to see. Now that takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. I'm not advocating for you to vote right now. Like, where the fuck are those other candidates other than they come out every 4 years to fucking grift because they make millions of dollars doing it and they can spoil a couple states? It's fucking bullshit. But to have, and most of them don't even have an actual chance. Like RFK didn't even register in all of the states. He had no chance of winning. None. Because he didn't even bother to register in all states. He was not on the ballot in all. He would have had to have been a write-in on many ballots because he failed to register. He had no chance of winning. Many of these third-party candidates aren't even registered in all of the states. Many of these Republican states purposely want to keep it two-party. They want to limit as much as possible. So, yeah, we need laws to change for it to actually have a chance nationally. It needs to be laws need to be changed and updated in these states for it to actually happen. But yeah, we're in this. We're here. We're here. We're fucking here in America. It's here. Authoritarianism is here, and it's being welcomed with fucking open arms. I feel like liberal media's into it too. Their ratings are going up, and any media that plays commercials can't be trusted. That's where I have arrived. That's where I've arrived. Because the way that they are with open arms embracing some of this, okay, yeah, they're covering it. All right. They're covering the stories, all right? But they are financially benefiting from that. And they love that shock and awe. Oh, can you believe that? And like, they're not bringing actual solutions. They're just pointing out the problems, but they're failing on bringing solutions to the table. We need people covering who are bringing solutions to the table. Okay? The reporter getting in on that group chat. Okay, great. You told people. Why not stay in there if it's still actively going? We need more and more. If they're going to have a transparent leak like that, stay in that fucker. Stay in that chat. Keep going. I felt like he shouldn't have stopped, okay? What they already did it. Like it's not like you're warning of, I got to do this thing. It's not like you're doing this thing of like preventing something terrible from happening. No, you're retroactively reporting on this. So the story was already over. Okay, yes, it was terribly bad, but you got to build more. Missed opportunity there. Missed fucking opportunity. And many of these media are all for what the fuck is happening. And now they're kind of changing their tune about Gaza just because now they can make Trump look bad. It's fucking gross. It's fucking gross. Where the fuck were you? Why didn't you have that same fucking smoke for Biden? No, you covered it differently. It's fucking gross. It's fucking gross. And anyone who can't see that, it's America doing that. The rest of the world does. The rest of the world is blaming America for that. Many of them are not just blaming Israel for that because they know side of those is made in America. Made in right on the side. Made in America. American flag, baby. Right there. That's what we are fucking exporting to the world. You want to know why we have these trade deficits? What we provide to the world is that. What does that say about us? That's what we're exporting to the world. Yeah. Mexican cartels coming over the border to buy their pew-pews on American soil because the fucking Texas laws are arming Mexican cartel. You proud America. That's what we're. Oh, hell yeah. No one has school pew-pews like we fucking do. Hell, fuck yeah. Number one, baby. Number one cause of unaliving for human beings under 18, pew-pews in America. That's how much we care. Hell yeah. America. Number one. Fucking number one. You ain't first, you're last. America. But we've been going for an hour. I'm going to keep it to an hour. I got to go to the library, do some reading here, and do some printing. I got to print out a bunch of stuff. got all uploaded, but gonna do some printing. I will be live again tonight. I don't know exact time, but we'll be back again tonight. Hope you come and hang out. And if you aren't already, Substack, Kick, YouTube at R. Lanham. Constitutional experts disagree with you. Got a little handy dandy constitution right here of all the different rights that the Trump administration has violated, and he continues to violate every single day. He is anti-constitutional. We are in a constitutional crisis. Day 120, in fact. Thank you so much to everyone who liked the live, too. 10,000 likes and hitting our goal. Thank you, friends. But yeah, we'll be back tonight. Did a 2-part video. I tried to do like a warning. Did a little different on that video. Just so we don't just dive right into the news all the time. You know, some people, it's triggering, right? And I don't want to have that effect all the time of triggering people, of talking about harsh things, because there are just so many topics that are tough to talk about, and try to give like a little space. Recognize that you can log off, you know, you got to really put mental health first and foremost. You got to take pauses from this. I know I got to speak to the choir here and listen to my own advice too at times, and kind of remind myself of that. But yeah, try to do something different with that video, give a little pause. So it's a lot, and we are human beings, as I have to tell myself, beings, we have to be. But yeah, till next time, later tonight. Toodles. And you too,